Hello, my name is Jeff Jimiolo, and today I'd like to talk about don't change. Seems kind of odd for me to say don't change, but it's actually for a very specific set of people. When you're out walking or doing your thing every day, do animals come up to you? Do they come up to you like say hello? Wild animals, not so wild animals. Do children do that? Do a lot of people just wave to you as they drive by? Pay attention to those things. The reason I say so is because a lot of those things, it's a gift. You actually have a gift of caring. As crazy as it sounds, it's actually a gift that animals pick up actually pretty well. You can look on the internet all over the place. There's little stories about how this wild animal came up to this person and asked for help. And it's only certain people. It's not like it's mean people. It's people that are very receptive and have energy that these animals could read. And it reads that you're a good person. And actually, I do think that your spirit team actually kind of sends them your way. Could be good, could be bad, but as I said, it's very interesting because when you look at the bigger picture, that means you are actually emitting off some energy or a frequency that they could hear or that they can see to know that you're a good person. I do believe that is the case because actually there's some studies that were done years ago about people reading or animals reading auras, and different colors mean different things, and like some animals are more colorblind than others and some see different spectrum of color. I go, so it's not unruly to think that they could read your intentions probably better than you can. I would think that most humans, we're actually at a lack that we can't read. Most of us can't actually read each other's auras, because actually the world might be a little bit better place. As I said, periodically you get these stories up on YouTube about how some animal, kind of walked up to somebody, asked for help, or, said, follow me, and when they found more kittens, and they took care of them. And it's just a feedback loop of positivity back to the universe that says, I'm a good person. And my answer to you is don't change. Please don't change. Because as you keep doing what you're doing, it might seem pointless, but as you keep doing what you're doing, you're actually helping to raise the vibration of the planet. And animals know that. That's why you'll also find that most animals will not attack a person that has a good aura. Oddly enough. There's stories of wolves that have attacked people and left one person alone. They have a good aura. It's not like they looked intimidating. It was like kind of looked like a runt. I go, but had a good aura. So yeah, as I said, it's just interesting things you find out throughout life. And I also do believe that children are the same way. Because when you're young, before you went to school and learned good/terrible things, you were more open to your gifts, and your gifts also being reading auras and seeing things, seeing other dimensions and the like. We start going to school, we're taught that, you shouldn't say stuff like that, you shouldn't see stuff like that. And the more you suppress it, the more it kind of goes away. And you may get it back, you may not. It depends on how much you clean yourself up to get back to being a child. That's usually what governs that. So, interestingly, anyone can go back to that, but as I said, you have to go back to being a child. Not necessarily child thinking, but childlike wonder, I guess. Because with that childlike wonder comes a belief that anything is possible. And realistically, who has ever told you something is impossible? It's probably a human. God never told you. Your spirit team never told you. So why do you believe it? Because you like to believe the physical world? That's always a problem of how much truth is actually in the real world. It's kind of the funny little quirk of what happens when an alien craft lands, on the White House lawn, pops its door open, and an alien waves, "Hi." It's, "By the way, we believe in God. We should pray on Thursday. Thanks, bye." Freak people out. Or does it? Why would it? Usually, in that case, that's actually a very particular case. And actually, in that case, most people are conditioned to think that anything that's not human is a demon. That's kind of how that one works. Angels have their wings, and anything else is a demon. It's kind of how that one works. But if you look at there's an angel deck tarot, I think it is, that has actually all the angels, and there's actually one for devils also, for demons. And if you look at them, some of them look pretty angelic, and some of the angels look pretty demonic. So remember, fallen angels. And demons can go the opposite way too. Demons can be angelic. I believe that I actually do believe that demons can heal. And that's the only reason why people can heal, because demons can heal. It's been my experience in life that the longer people are around me, the more they kind of get real testy or unglued, I guess. And a lot of that has to do with I irritate their demons. When you're too nice of a person, it just irritates demons, and it actually makes them want to actually do worse things to you. And if you kind of just ignore them, kind of ignore it and walk away, it bothers them more and more and more, and eventually the demons just leave. Because the demons don't want to be upset either. So, but regardless, this was actually about not changing. The world needs people like you, people who are raising the frequency of the world. It's a slow process, because actually it's kind of actually like the whole consciousness thing. When you learn something, you kind of spread it to your, for lack of a better name, your soul tribe. I don't like the term soul tribe. How about soul group? They're basically your entire group of people that are part of your soul, your soul's neighborhood, I guess. So you're all kind of connected, connected by geography or whatever, up in the spirit realms. So when you're all connected, when you learn something, they all kind of learn something. And that's kind of how it works. So when one problem is solved, it's solved for the whole group. And more, everyone elevates. And the same thing is true for other soul groups and other soul groups. I don't like the word soul tribe, because actually it's like everything else in the world. It kind of gets overused for weird things. Soulmate. Soulmate is like, oh, the love of your life. Really? Some of my soulmates wanted to kill me. I don't know. I don't think so. You know what I mean? It's like, granted, they have a job. They have to do a test to get where they are. Hopefully they passed. But from what I gathered, a lot of them did not. I go, but that's still part of your soul tribe, your soul group. They're meant to test each other. Hey, maybe last lifetime I tested them. And that's where you get a lot of vendettas, like, past life enemy coming back to visit you because last iteration, I might have killed their family or something. Don't know. It was a different circumstance. And that's where I got, there's a lot of revenge going on in the spirit realms. But, as I said, some people don't believe in it, so that's up to you. It's between you, God, and the spirit realm. But I do ask that you please raise your vibration, because when you start raising your vibration, you actually start listening to your spirit guides. And your spirit guides will help guide you. And those that, as I said, those that help the world, Compassion is a great thing, a very great thing. The world would be terrible without you. I know. I look at it as if you had less people like you, there'd be more wars. Not like there's too many wars now, but the conditions would be much worse. I believe in the future, we're not going to be as prevalent and we're going to be needed a lot more. But that's the way God wanted it. God wanted us to move forward, to help bring the planet out of the dark age, so to speak. Because we are coming out of a dark age. We're coming out of a dark age of anything goes. Whether it be financially, emotionally, heck, sexually, anything. Anything goes. And that's not really how it is. There's a lot of people out there that don't understand universal laws. People don't understand karma. I go, simple karma. Comes around, goes around. Or they do it so often, they get so much karma from so many different things that they don't even think about it. Which means they're guaranteed to be on the list for next reincarnation to come back and be in worse shape. Because you're clearly not clear on your karma. But the goal ultimately is to try to clear as much karma possible before you leave. Hence the reason why, in general, to clear your karma, when you're about to die, you just give a deathbed confession of all the evil things you've done, just to clear it out of your soul. Heaven forbid you come in next iteration with with no karma from this one. Trust me, it's a good thing. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's better to have only 2 problems than to have 15 problems, because you never cleared this one up, and it just gets worse and worse. And the problem is if you keep letting it get worse and worse, that's showing the universe and showing God that you don't care and you're not interested in learning or growing, and you run the risk of going into the wood chipper, which is terrible. You kind-hearted people, just keep doing what you're doing. With God's love. I love you.